Imagine this is you. You're walking home from a night out with your friends, minding your own business. You get all the way to your apartment elevator, a place where you feel like you could be safe. Then suddenly, this is what happened to this young woman. It was a quiet, early morning in Busan, South Korea. On May 22nd, 2022, a young woman just heading home had no idea she was being followed. What happened next would shock the nation and spark widespread outrage. The assailant, a 31-year-old man known only by his family name, E, trailed the unsuspecting woman for about 10 minutes. She entered the hallway of her apartment building. He struck with a brutal roundhouse kick to the back of the head, knocking her down and then continuously beating her unconscious. He continued his savage assault, repeatedly striking her before dragging her to a blind spot away from the reach of CCTV cameras. Here, he attempted to sexually assault her before fleeing the scene. Korea had another Mujima case spread through the nation like wildfire. Mujima translates to "don't ask me," a strange phenomenon of cases that seem to be unprovoked, which we covered on this channel before. Luckily for the victim, she would survive this traumatic incident, unlike some victims in the other Mujima incidents. However, because of this coward, I am sure that she will never be the same again, like many victims of assault. As mentioned earlier, this was spread through the media and caused a burning outrage amongst the public. There have been many cases, some we have covered on this channel, of young men attacking or killing young female victims. This is seen as a massive problem by the public in South Korea. A lot of netizens turning on the male population, which has in turn caused the outspoken male population to retaliate. Just from a person who watches these blogs from the outside, it seems that extremists from both sides are the ones who are getting all the attention and solving nothing at the same time. But back to the case. E was sentenced to 12 years for attempted murder, a punishment many deemed too lenient given the horrific nature of the crime. Outrage continued to grow as the public demanded justice for the victim of the brutal roundhouse kick assault. Now, during the appeal, prosecutors uncovered damning new evidence. DNA found on the victim's clothing confirmed the attempted sexual assault, leading the Busan High Court to extend E's sentence to 20 years. The judge of the case said, additionally, E's personal information will be disclosed publicly for 10 years, and he is banned from working with children, youth, and the disabled for a decade. He will also wear an electronic tracking device for 20 years. However, I would say that still, this is far too lenient. A psychological evaluation revealed E's chilling psychopathy, scoring 27 out of 40 on the psychopathy checklist. His profile was alarming, similar to some of the most notorious serial killers. A score above 25 in Korea indicates psychopathy. E's lack of remorse, excessive aggression, and antisocial traits make him a high risk for reoffending. In my opinion, as I mentioned earlier, for this unprovoked attack, 20 years seems too lenient. Something obviously shared by the victim, who said, "He'll be out in 20 years, just 4 years older than I am now. I live in fear knowing he might seek revenge." As I said earlier, he scored above 25 in the Korea psychopathy test. They deem him at higher risk for reoffending. So, what do you think should be done?